I'm Austin Pankey. This is the SES Harbinger of War. It's a super destroyer from the game Helldivers 2. I started this build, let's say, 5 weeks ago. It's roughly 6 feet long, 2 feet wide. I've got a couple of fun details I like to point out as far as part usage. Structurally, getting these wings together was a little bit of a challenge for me. So I used railroad tracks as the basis of those. The SES Harbinger of War is my in-game ship name. We got a couple details down on the bottom, all of the different orbital weaponry. So we got the rail cannon in the front, some of the launchers, a Gatling cannon up here, and then the general bridge area. So it's been again a work in progress for probably 5 weeks now, and I got some cool plans for the future, maybe an inside and some stuff like that.
So how is this ship used in the game, and what did you kind of use from the game as inspiration as you were building this?
So this is, Helldivers are dropped out of the bridge in orbital drop pods, and you land planet side and fight the bots, the bugs, squids, all three of them. So you go down, do your business and fight, and then Pelican 1 will pick you up and bring you back up to the ship. So kind of a rinse and repeat of that whole process. And this ship, in the meantime, will support you with orbital strikes, orbital stratagems, all those items. So,
Yeah. And you've got some of the minifigs here, so how did those come together?
So these minifigs here are from Republic Customs. These guys are awesome. They're my sig fig here too.
Yeah. And then the ship itself, how did you decide kind of what scale to go with and the size that this would be?
So minifig scale was a little bit too ambitious. I had also originally started with a little bit of a smaller outfit. Somebody conveniently seems to have left this guy. This is roughly the scale I was going for. So a little bit bigger than trophy figure, but not quite minifig scale. So.
And what's the sort of central core of the build that kind of keeps all this together? Because when it's this long, obviously, that's not always easy.
So the ship comes apart in 3 sections plus the wings. There's a Technic core here that links in with each of these stanchions that lift the ship up off the table. And there are locking mechanisms on the inside of the ship. And this top section comes off, that kind of stuff. So.
Do you plan to expand on this with other builds from the game at all, or expand on this scene at all?
I would love to make a orbital drop scene with maybe the invasion of Super Earth or a mock similar to that, where the ship is supporting figures on the ground with some of those little support builds. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. And then obviously it's a ton of gray in here. So did you have those elements on hand? Where do you source when you've got a ton of the same color type like that?
So I, in general, build battleships, a lot of military mocks, that kind of thing. So a lot of these parts I did have on hand for other projects, but I think we're about out at this point.
Excellent work here. Thank you for bringing this out to the show. Obviously, it's very cool to see large-scale ships like this built out of Lego, so keep up the great work.
All right, thank you.